Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves who are on this journey to love. And so I share stories and messages that come through from people's healings and readings, and also these channeled letters that I do for people. And today I am going to do an energy read. I'm going to do that video later, but I'm going to share a couple of letters from the Divine Love Letter books that have come through. And I'm just going to share this because this is, I pull one of these every day to put on my Instagram and use hashtag grow the flame. And this morning's message, it was this one. And it is, I just think you should know that out of all in all the world, you have my favourite face. And right against it is number 143, which is, I love you. So it was a lovely message. These love notes are so cute. They're from Tyler Knott Designs, poems from Typewriter series. 30 little 30 little messages of love, basically. And so it was just really nice because, again, just a beautiful message to get. I always say, give me a card for today. And then it was number 143, which is lovely. So I'm going to read number 33 from the books. And this is from book 1. So this is the message. 33 has been everywhere recently. 66 has been everywhere. All the 2s has been everywhere. Just so many number sequences at the moment. So, of course I remember our bubble phase. It's not something that I could ever forget or ever anticipate even happening. Ever, ever, ever in my life. The magical feeling of being completely free. Free to be completely who I am. To not have to put on a show or pretense. To not feel like I should be better in any way. To feel loved for being me, just little old me. And to feel that unconditional love and adoration was simply the best feeling I have ever experienced. And will forever cherish it and remember it. Every second of every day. And dream about it every night. Don't ever think that I don't appreciate and love you. And adore you. And want to be with you with every fibre of my being, because I do. I absolutely freaking well do, and I will. So I love that because I think very often we ask ourselves the question of, you know, how did they feel at the beginning? Did they feel that it was quite as amazing as we did? And obviously that says yes. So, letter 33 from book 2. You're my flower that is blooming inside of my heart every minute of every day and night. The petals are unfolding. It's like my heart has been a closed-up bud for so long. But you gave it the kiss of life, the reason for it to open, the reason for me to uncover my true inner beauty. But it was only because you showed me so much kindness and true love. You showed me what love should be. No deals, no expectations, just pure love, because we can't escape how we feel about each other. You ignited the flame of my own heart of passion flower, and we will blossom together. Oh, that's so lovely. Because one of the 2 things in the energy read that I'll do another video for later, but the sort of overriding energy around it is sort of practical, again, this sense of practical things blocking. And I did a personal read for someone yesterday, and it was the exact, almost so similar, because there is, on one side, there's this kind of like, you know, page, like the Page of Wands, Page of Swords. There's like this wanting to, this kind of like really young, kind of excited energy about wanting to be able to speak the truth, wanting to be able to go forward with this kind of passionate romance. But then what's holding them back is the devil. And the devil is like, basically, in this sense, it's like old traditions, old patterns, getting out of old, you know, this thing of, there's also this thing about feeling like I've got to be the big provider and I've got to be in the right place to be able to come forward. I want to be the one that whisks you off your feet. there's kind of this sense of, you know, there's that sense of kind of what's blocking it, because and that's what's, so there's two sides of the coin. There's one that's like, I really want to go forward with this, like, loving and passionate, and I want to be able to tell you how much I love you, and I really want to do that. But then what's the stopping is this sort of practicality and the devil, which is, could be anything, right? But that is all about breaking out of old molds, old traditions, old relationships, old whatever it is, just patterns that they've connected themselves into that they need to break out of. So that just, you know, that's why the letters just, I mean, they just give so much more colour to the story, right? Because it just makes you be able to have more compassion, I think, because when you're not, you know, obviously, because a lot of the times you don't hear from them, and, you know, the normal thing is to get a bit crazy and a bit kind of like, oh, they can't care about me if they don't, you know, the usual. But that's why these relationships do break all of the rules, because on our side, on that energy read, we had the High Priestess. And so that is all about following your intuition, because if you are looking for outward, what's the word? Outward evidence, then it doesn't come. I mean, everyone's different, right? So some people might be already in union. Some people won't have been in contact for ages. Some people will be just getting in contact now. I mean, there's a whole vast array of, you know, everyone's reunion looks different. But the common factor is actually the only way that you know what is going on is to follow your own truth and to go within your heart and to follow and be the High Priestess, right, for yourself, because it's in those moments when you're out in the desert and the only thing that will keep you guided and keep you going to go towards the oasis is your intuition, right, and your strength of connection to everything around you. So, letter 33 in book 3. 1,000,001 things I'd like to say to my girl. You are beautiful, the ray of sun that shines bright through the clouds, lighting up the golden fields of hay. I dream of spending evenings with you walking by the brook and having a picnic by an open fire we've built together out in the wild. You are the wildness of nature, the beauty of nature, the pleasure in my heart. The simple things in life are always the most meaningful, even though we strive for so much more material stuff. What you've taught me is that none of that matters. The only thing that really counts is you and our love. Well, I mean, that is just so crazy, because that's exactly what I was just talking about this, you know, they've got to break out of that old pattern about thinking that they need to be the provider, and that's what's kind of holding them back. So, and again, that will be different for every person, but definitely that's what is coming through at the moment. So, if you would like to, I just have to say, again, funny story from the universe to keep you going. I shared recently that I did a Reiki Seikeen course, and what was happening was me and my twin, we were turning from a porcupine, which is prickly, into a possum, which is soft. And that was indicative of like guilt and shame and losing. The prickles were all of the kind of defense mechanism you put up around yourself. And then in the energy read, the Ace of Cups card came through as the porcupine. Well, and that's Ace of Cups is, you know, wanting to be able to come out with your emotions, you know, basically to show how much you love and all of this, which is, again, such a big theme. So what was so lovely, I got in the car yesterday and I turned on the radio and there was a story about suddenly that there is a porcupine invasion in I don't know where it was, but they suddenly started talking about porcupines and that there's like 350,000 porcupines, and can people start calling in if they find porcupine pine needles in their food. I was just like, what? So again, I don't know whether it was I presume it was just like a spoof joke kind of thing, but it was just so surreal. So again, that was again the universe giving you a little sign just to say, look, believe anything is possible, because actually the power of what love can do, the power of being in the vibration and seeing all of the messages that happen all around you. I guess the power of being in the power of the high priestess, right? Creates magic. And so the other really strong theme is that there is a desire for the divine counterparts to be the emperor, right? And the emperor is that kind of solid, makes things happen, makes, kind of the emperor. And there's this sense of frustration, right? That they are putting all this pressure on themselves rather than just letting it go, right? Rather than just surrendering. So that's the message. The message today is follow your intuition, trust in your own inner calling and your own inner voice. And if you need any help, if you need a healing or reading or a channeled letter, please do. If you want to follow me on Instagram, please do. It's Divine Love Crystal Grid. And if you join and add hashtag Grow the Flame, then if you go to hashtag Grow the Flame on Instagram, it is quite amazing because the synchronicities are ridiculous. And it's the first thing I do every morning because it just brings a smile to my face. It's an instant way to put you in the love vibe. As well as these books, right? This is the other way to stay in that high vibration, because without fail, these are messages from your twins, and therefore it lifts your vibe because suddenly it puts everything into perspective again. So the other book that I'm doing is this little book of mantras. And so I'm just going to share the mantra that is for today, which is number 21. I think it was number 21. I've put it on Instagram. So this is going to be so we are our own galaxy of love. That was the one from yesterday. So I'm going to pick another one, which is 35. Every step I take takes me closer to my divine reunion. So 35 it is. Every step I take takes me closer to my divine reunion. So these are designed, basically there's 60 mantras for any minute in the day when you're feeling a bit like, having a wobble. You just look at the time, go to the relevant page and say the mantra for a minute. And basically that lifts your vibe and brings you one step closer to your divine union. So there you go. And this is the thing. I want to be able to provide you tools that will just help you on the journey, because the more things that you can do yourself, the more tools that you can use to raise your vibe, and so you can really trust in your own intuition. That is going to be the best thing that you can do to help you on this journey. There is no better guide than yourself. All right, I hope that helps. Take care. Bye.